Welcome to Tech in the Car. In this video, I'm going to take you for a drive in the Audi RS3 saloon or sedan, as some people in other parts of the world know it. I've already done a couple of videos on the Audi RS3, but I haven't done a point of view video recording like this one, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to see that and to talk a bit about how the car handles and what it's like to drive it day to day. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know, what do you think of the Audi RS3? Would you like one of these, or would you rather have an A45S or wait for the next generation of RS3? So the first thing when I got this car, when I bought this car, that I noticed when I got in it was the noise. This has got a 5-cylinder 2.5 litre turbocharged engine which makes 400 horsepower or 294 kilowatts. This particular car, I've got the sports exhaust, which means it makes a noise. So the first time I got in the car, turned it on, I was amazed by the noise it made. The double bang that you typically get whenever you turn the engine on. It doesn't matter what mode you have the car in, and I'll talk about the modes in a minute, but whatever mode it's in, you get that double bang and it will disturb the neighbors, I guarantee you that. My best advice is don't park with the exhaust against the wall, and then it won't make as much noise. Have it open air and that will solve that problem. The RS3 makes an amazing noise, and the noises that cars make are definitely something which might be going away. When you look at the changes that have been made to downsizing engines, to adding particulate filters, to the WLTP regulations in the EU, cars are generally getting quieter. They have a soft limiter generally now if you've got a new car, and they don't make as much noise as they used to, and there are good reasons for that. The environment, obviously, fuel economy. Cars like this are thirsty to drive, not as thirsty as even more dedicated cars for sport, or definitely not as much as a supercar, but nevertheless they're not very fuel efficient, which is something which I notice every time I have to fill this car up. And the noise is obviously something to take into consideration in terms of the environment too, noise pollution. But it doesn't mean you don't love it, and it doesn't mean it isn't sad if you don't have it, and that's the first thing which got my attention. The sound that a 5-cylinder engine makes is very special, it's very unique. It sounds very much like a V10, except for a bit less loud with a bit less volume, because it is essentially 5 cylinders, it's half of 10. So it sounds like that. And because it sounds like that, it sounds amazing. And so driving around in the car which makes that noise is very exciting. And the noise that cars make, the sound that comes out of the exhaust, is very much music. Like, everybody loves different kinds of music. Some people like jazz, some people like rock, some people like country, some people like classical. The noise that a car makes is exactly like that. And this car has a very unique sound, a very special sound, and it's very good that, as far as we know based on rumours, the next RS3, which has been testing, will still have that sound and will still make amazing noises like that. When you consider that cars like the AMG C63S, the rumour is the next generation will have a 4-cylinder engine with a hybrid assist part, that's great. It'll be faster, I'm sure, than the existing V8 version, but it misses out on that sound, that musical tone that you get from a V8 engine. And a V8 engine is very different sounding to a 5-cylinder engine. A V8 engine very much is a deep, grumbly noise. A 5-cylinder, and likewise a V10, is much more like sounds to me a bit like an aeroplane, like an old Spitfire with a turboprop ready to take off. It's just got this really unique, special noise, which sounds really cool and really eye-catching, or should I say ear-catching. So it makes a very different noise, A V12 makes a different noise again. So, you know, engines are being downsized. So the 5-cylinder engine in this car is amazing. It's got lots of power. It's got lots of torque. It very easily accelerates. It doesn't feel like I'm ever lacking for power or torque. But this particular car, because of the size of it, because it's not a very big car, it's not a very wide car, it means it's really, you can place it on the road, you can figure out where exactly you are, you can go around corners, and it feels really easy to control. And being 4-wheel drive with Audi Quattro system also means that you have more control over the power, putting the power down. So with a rear wheel car, obviously you press the accelerator, and if you press it hard, the back wheels will spin, you might lose some traction, and you'll feel the rear moving. But with this car, it's always stable, it's always planted. And for me personally, I love that. I love the planted feel. It's very, very reassuring. In this particular car, you've seen I've got the various driver assist features on. You might even be able to see it over my shoulder now. And you're going to see the green lines on either side. And I've talked about how this all works in my other videos. But I mean, here we go. Just now there, the car braked by itself. I didn't touch the brake pedal. I'm not touching the accelerator now, and it's pulling away. This is a feature of new cars. The RS3, the A3 previous generation, which this is, dating from 2018 to 2020, has driver assistance, lane assist, cruise control, but it's not the most advanced. It has trouble in certain scenarios, understanding where the road starts and where the road ends, which isn't something which you saw was happening with the Golf 8 that I drove. So the next generation is obviously a lot better, and it'll give you even more reassurance with that. Let's talk about the driving modes. So there are several driving modes on this car, and I can swap through them on the infotainment screen here. Press this button, we got auto, which gives you the best of everything, even acceleration, even power. You've got dynamic, which makes the suspension really hard because I've got adaptive dampeners, and so the suspension becomes really hard. You've got individual, which lets you adjust it to anything you want. So you can have the exhaust in loud, in sport, and you could have the suspension in soft. And then you got comfort, where everything's really relaxed and you don't get that crazy acceleration. The gearbox is a bit slower, but it's slightly more efficient. I generally drive in auto, and I put the gear into sport, the gearbox into sport, and then I get the noise, the flaps open up, but I've still got a great mixture of comfort and stability in the car, which I really love. Driving different cars is an experience, definitely, and learning the differences between them and how they feel, how they handle, how they steer is something which most people don't generally get to try. It's something that most people generally don't get to try. And I can imagine if you'd never driven a sports car or an RS car or an M car or an AMG car, you would be, just like I was the first time, overwhelmed by the noise and the power. You get used to it, like with everything. I think this car is a perfect combination of practicality for me and performance, so I can enjoy it, but I can also have space in the back. Some other people would like a bigger car, some people would have a smaller car. This is my perfect car right now. Hope you enjoyed this video where I was talking about the Audi RS3, talking a bit about how it drives, what it's like, and a bit about my thoughts on it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. There are more videos coming showing the technology inside cars, and also some gadget videos as well. So please keep an eye out on the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you.